Hey, Japan Craft Beer Travelers. I'm Andrew from Taiheiyogan. We're joined by...
John Fayman from Melvin Brewing Company.
Such a strong name.
And what's your position with Melvin?
I'm an owner-investor in Melvin. I sit on the board of directors.
Sweet. And where are you from?
Originally from the Kansas City area, Lawrence, Kansas. But I live in Denver these days.
Sweet. Like one of the big beer capitals now, right?
Yeah, it's too much beer there now.
So how's how's Melvin doing?
It's doing good. I mean, it's like an arduous path forward. You know, it's going to be harder to sustain the growth that we're trying to sustain, and we're doing everything possible to try to focus more on how to sell more beer and get more involved in markets that like it. And
you guys are in that mid-range, right?
Yeah, we're at about 22 and change right now.
So you're not quite large,
not quite large, not small.
So how do you feel about all those like mid-sized companies that have been, in the last year or two, a lot of them have been kind of going out of business, and everyone's like, oh my God, my favorite brewery just went out of business. I'm so sad and shit.
That has a lot to do with the product. You know, a lot of people just rested on their laurels and figured, you know, no one else was ever going to come along and compete with them.
Yeah.
And I feel like across America, we had a lot of people just kind of being lazier with what they were doing and just borrowing money, thinking expansion was going to just continue, thinking that there was nothing that could ever stop it.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is local beer is getting better. So the local movement is getting more real than it's been in the past. Like it's harder to compete because everywhere has better product now. So go ahead.
You guys got a bunch of brew pubs too.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of small batch new experimental beers coming through too, right?
Yeah, so we're trying to stay relevant, brew some hazy IPAs, brew some kettle sours. We have a sour barrel aging program at our brew pub in Missouri.
Sweet.
And our brewer there is amazing, and that beer is going to be amazing. So it's all in fooders right now, getting ready.
Sweet.
So we should be trying to compete on a bunch of different levels that we haven't been before.
Did you guys ever make any mistakes as you were growing?
I don't think we've made as many mistakes as a lot of breweries have, but certainly when everybody wanted the beer and there wasn't as much competition, we didn't feel like it was worth it to spend tons of money on sales in a market where we didn't know how it was going to go. So there was a lot of trial and error in where we were sending our beers and where it worked and where it didn't.
Yeah.
And so now, 2-3 years later, now that it's getting more hyper-local, the local beers are getting better.
Yeah.
We've just had to take a step back and identify the markets that we're doing great in, where the people appreciate the product and like our beer, and just go way harder in those markets, put more boots on the ground, give it more of a personal feel. And we try to do that always from the beginning. We just didn't have the money to hire everybody that we wanted to make that happen. We kind of tried to make it happen. And, it is what it is, The industry kind of started petering out on the unsupported areas of the craft beer market.
So in your experience, do you feel that different areas of the States have different kinds of beers that they kind of go towards or that they prefer?
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, if you look at, Rheingeist, for instance, they pretty much had their thumb on the pulse of exactly what the people in that market wanted to drink, the kinds of beer that they wanted to drink. And so they grew really, really fast because everybody there was really stoked on drinking what they want. So there's definitely something to that.
But then if they try to go to other areas, it's a little bit harder or
not
so much?
What does Japan want?
Do you know what Japan wants?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Right now, they seem to really like our double IPA and our IPA. So there's been more hazy beers here this year than last year when I was here.
Yeah.
And we're making some more hazy beers now, so we're definitely going to try to send some more of that over when we have more of it.
What's your thoughts on the haze craze?
I think that all the people that have been doing it wrong are going to shake out. It's one of those things where, when I first found out that those were 8-9 day beers from a lot of places, I'm not a brewer, but I definitely know that leaves a lot of stuff in your product that can change over time, and the product that you originally brew sometimes doesn't end up being what the customer gets. But all the breweries that I've seen that have done it best take a full 22, 23 days with those beers. And all the infection stuff falls off, no acetaldehyde, which is the main thing that I taste in those beers when they're quick.
Too fresh.
Yeah.
It's like a Beaujolais Nouveau.
Yeah.
What about the Brut?
The Brut?
So the Brut kind of like...
So the Brut,
do you think haze
the Brut fizzled out really fast.
Yeah. Do you think hazy beers will do something similar, or is it going to be here to stay?
No, I think it's here to stay at this point.
So it's a good thing.
Well, I mean, if you look at how fast the Brut craze came on, and then how fast it died, and you look at how long ago Trillium and all those companies started making hazy IPAs, they're here to stay.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. I mean, people like them, so you got to give the customer what they want.
So you said you're working on making sure you know your markets, taking care of your people.
Yeah.
Any other advice that you would give to any other breweries?
No, I'm probably the wrong person to give those.
So modest.
Just have fun, right?
Yeah. Board member, dude.
I thought you were supposed to be directing your company in a way to put it towards better. Okay.
I have a question. What do you think about Japan in general, with the beer industry? What do you want to bring to Japan?
The thing that I love about the beer industry in Japan is it's fresh like it was in 2007, 2008 in the States. Everybody that you meet that's into it is really excited, and they haven't been burned or overwhelmed yet.
It's still small enough.
It's still small enough and fresh enough that it's really exciting. And it's nice I've been in the beer business selling beer at my bars since 2005. So I've seen it go from you can't make a living selling Stone IPA because the keg's too expensive, there's no way anybody will ever pay the money for it, to I won't drink beers that are under 10%, to the curve that we're on right now. So when I look at how the scene is in Japan, it reminds me of how it was when everybody was most excited in the US. So for us, it's just a breath of fresh air to come over here and see how stoked everybody is on it. So we're going to try to do the best we can with this market and give you guys the best stuff we have.
Well, we're happy to see you guys here. Oh, one last little plug. Where are your bars in Denver?
I own Backcountry Pizza and Tap House in Boulder, Backcountry Pizza in Nederland, Colorado, and I own a bar in Denver called Goed Zur that's only sour and wild ales and charcuterie and cheese. Kind of a higher end place.
So if we're ever at what's the big festivals there?
Great American Beer Festival.
Gap Fest.
Every once in a while they do a craft brewers conference there, but we've had it twice in the last 6 years, so probably that's not going to be happening.
Maybe in another 3 years. But if you're in Denver, you got to go to your bars, as we just said.
Yeah.
Drink Melvin.
Definitely, yeah.
And we're here in Japan, so we're at the ACB. So
yeah, it's a great time.
If you guys are watching this after the ACB, make sure you come on down mid-November.
Yeah.
And the ACB is going to be here pretty much every year. And you're probably going to be here every year.
I'll be back next year for sure.
We look forward to seeing you.
I wouldn't miss this one again. It's amazing.
We look forward to seeing you next year, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Cheers. Kanpai.
Yeah, kanpai.